Am I visible, guys? Can you guys confirm? Someone is with me. Who is it? All right, we are all here. So, Anchla, what is a business process modeling? If comment is being posted, can't see my question. I am able to see your questions, Anchla and Pallavi. So Pallavi was trying to understand what is a business process, right? See, process modeling starts with understanding a business process. I hope, can you guys answer yes or no if I'm visible, not visible? Is it? Can you guys answer in yes or no if I'm visible? Am I audible? Audible too, right? All right. So Pallavi was trying to understand two things. One was, one thing, which is business process modeling. And my answer is to model a business process, you need to understand it first. I'm not getting a right place to place it. Okay. So you need to understand the business process model first. and then based on that you need to create it. So to understand, then you need to identify which process to be mapped, which process to be modeled, and based on that you can do it. So first thing is defining the process. Next is start modeling the process into, as per your model, whatever model you are looking at. May it be a flow chart, may it be a process map, may it be a any type of diagram, may it be statement modeling, may it be in a tool, then you can start doing it. But before doing it, you need to also understand that what roles and responsibility each of the entities or user or roles will have in that particular model, and start doing it. That is how you do it. What was the next question? I am not sure if comments is being posted. Yes, comments can be posted. I can see. You cannot see your question. I'm not sure how is it. I don't know if you are able to see your question yourself, but I am able to see your questions. I am able to see your questions. Can hear. All right. The business process modeling. Good morning, Puspendra. Hope you are doing good. All right. What is your next question? If you guys can post a question, I am able to answer it. Okay. Puspendra Kumar. Welcome, Puspendra Kumar. Thanks for joining. Welcome, Pravalika. Pallavi, Sudeshna, Varsha. See, our whole session is all about understanding business analysis from an interview point of view, right? In such a case, if you guys are going to ask me a question, please post it in the comments, post your comments, and then I'll be able to see that comments, understand the question and answer it. That is how I am going to. But overall, could you please explain use case diagram with an example? So Deshna Palit is asking, what is a use case diagram, right? See, to go to use case diagram, first you need to understand what is a use case. All right. Use cases are scenarios. Scenarios in business processes. Scenarios is business, right? And those business processes sometimes gets automated. So use cases are primarily two types. It could be a use case diagram. It could be a use case statement, right? But when we are talking about use case diagram, it all speaks about, okay, it all talks about an actor, an action, and a goal, right? Each use case will diagram will have three things. One is actor, the other one is action, and third number is goal. Actor, with an example, let's say for an example, let's talk an example of an e-commerce site where actor is the brand user or customer. Anyone could be, right? We take an example of a customer. When he comes back to Amazon, let's say Amazon is the example, then why he comes back? He comes back to buy a product, right? All right. So as a customer, whatever is his activity, like registration could be one activity, login could be another activity, changing password, forgetting password could be another activity, view a product could be another activity. All right. View a product could be another type of activity. There could be any other activity. Paying for a product, adding a product to the cart could be any other activity. So these are all activities that you ideally go back and automate with the system, right? So each of them going to be one use case for yourself. Right? Here you need to have an actor. Actor is a customer who is going to buy a product, and buying a product or adding a product, registration is your action, action, and you will have a goal. You will have a goal, right? What is that goal? Buying a product. So all of these three things you actually model it in a diagram which is called use case diagram. So in your diagram you will have two things. One is the primary boundary of your diagram, which is largely a border, right? Yes or no? And then you will add your actors. There is a system boundary that you are going to create, and you will place your users beyond the system boundary, which will be outside of the boundary, which will be outside of your system boundary. And inside your boundary you are going to create two things. One is your action, the other one is your goal. So these three things makes a use case diagram. In certain cases you will go ahead and understand few more things, and those few more things are extension and inclusion. Extension are those things which are not mandatory, but a sub activity that is associated or not associated with the primary activity, which is not mandatory to complete in your primary use case. If it is a include, then that is a sub activity that must be taken place in that particular use case. Hope you understand. Okay, what is a trade-off analysis? Can you please explain with examples, right? Okay, trade-off analysis. See, primarily, what is a trade? Trade is buying and selling. Giving money and buying something, taking a service is a trade, right? Yes or no? Giving one thing and taking the other another thing, right? But in analysis, trade-off is an analysis technique that is used to make decisions. What it is? Trade-off is an analysis technique that is used to make decision. Yes. So primarily this is a decision making tool. Here you need to understand 2-3 things to have a trade-off analysis. First thing is again to define and understand your objective, identify different alternatives for that particular trade-off that you are looking at. Then at the end stage you will have to evaluate each alternate against your criteria that you set to understand about it, right? Finally, the trade-off of the quantity. Here when we say trade-off, then if you are giving 5 rupees and if the price of a particular goods or service is 5 rupees, then it should be balanced, right? Trade-off is making a balance. Just to simple it, I'll say or your left hand side should be similar to your right hand side. A is equal to 1. That is how trade-off works. In analysis, you try and understand it with putting on right weight at the right side of it and left side of it so that it can get a balance out of it. Hope this makes sense. Okay, at the end you can compare your trade-off results to understand the trends, understand whatever you want to understand out of it, so that you can actually take a decision at the right time. All right. Sudeshna Palit. Is anyone else having a question? Please put it off here. Thanks, Sudeshna. Thanks, Pallavi, for joining. Anyone else having a query? If not, we'll talk about a concept. We'll start looking at a concept. Okay. Do you guys know what is business analysis? Do you guys understand what is business analysis? Understanding the role of a business analysis? Hope yes. But let us reiterate. Okay. Business analysis is all about understanding a particular business, right? Understanding the business concepts, understanding the hierarchy of that particular business, and understanding their processes that they follow to achieve a particular goal, right? And People who do all of these activities are called business analysts, right? Here, what exactly they do is they understand a particular business, identify the business need from different stakeholder units, different stakeholders, individual stakeholders, all right, and then finally they define the requirements for a particular need that the users will have, right? And that is how business analysis achieves solution goals, and this is all about business analysis. If you guys having questions, please post. I'm here to answer all of that if I know all about it. All right. Okay. What are the core skills needed to be a business analyst? Right. See, being a business analyst, you need to do a lot of tasks, right? And all those lot of tasks is your skills primarily, right? Analytical thinking, communication, problem solving, project management skills, documentation skills, so that you can document different type of requirements in different technical languages, like functional requirements, business requirements, technical requirements, user stories, acceptance criteria. Yes, acceptance criteria. You can model different business process in with your key concepts that you have, right? Along with that, there are different things to understand is business analysis. Ideally, it is the three tasks that you try to achieve, right? One is your communication management, number two your stakeholder management, and number three is your requirements management, right? In communication management, there is a lot of things that you need to do: understanding a particular customer, understanding their need, communicating, translating, and then transferring their need. These are all part of communication management, right? Stakeholder management, okay, fine. Identifying stakeholder, understanding their needs, and finally converting those needs into documentation is again stakeholder analysis, right? And finally, requirement analysis. Under requirement analysis, you will have a lot of understanding requirement management, like business analysis, requirements analysis, customer analysis, okay, analysis of key different concepts, analysis of your requirements, analysis of data, presenting those, all of them. If you guys having a query, I'm here to answer. So you guys can post a question. If I hope you all are able to put it here in the comments. If yes, please go ahead. Probably I'm going to answer it. Okay. What are the tools that is used in business analysis, right? You are going to use different techniques and different tools. Hello, Dira. Okay. Tools, see, there are different stages in business analysis, and each stage you are going to use a different tool out of it, right? In your communication phase, you are going to use tools, communication tools like Jira, Confluence, right? Sorry, WebEx, MS Teams, email, documentation. Those are part of your communication tools. In the requirement analysis, in the requirement analysis stage, you are going to use different tools, and those tools will be like, documentation tools like the whole MS Office suite, right? Then your design tools like Visio, Lucid Chart, many other today, including PPT. You can create wireframes, you can create use cases, you can create flow charts and workflow diagrams. So those are those things that are the design tools that you are going to use. And in last stage of it, you are going to use your project management tools like Jira, Confluence, and many other. So ideally, these are the tools that is mostly used in business analysis. Hope you guys are able to see me, view me. understand and listen me and able to post a question? If yes, please post a question. Varsha, what kind of questions can be asked to candidate with 6 years experience? This is a good question. Do they ask abstract theory questions? See, in business analysis interviews, the questions differs based on the level of experience of a particular candidate, right? If you are 1 year experience old or fresher, then you will be knowing the concepts of business analysis, right? And those concepts are mostly theoretical. When we are talking about theoretical, it means if they are asking about a user story, then you can answer what exactly a user story is, and from a point of view that you have no experience or very minimum experience, right? If you are going to talk about user story with a 4 or 5 years experience candidate, then the answer might be different. And what that difference is, the way you are going to take it away from the interviewer, right? Okay, how do you answer? Yes, this is what is a user story. For an example, okay, fine, user story will have two different components. It will have a description and it will also have a acceptance criteria. In description, we write using a format as a user what I want to do and what I'm going to get out of it. This is your description, and with the description you will also add acceptance criteria to it, which will have all the specification, primarily those specifications that are covered under 5W1H. Yes or no? And those specifications your technical team developers used to develop it, your testers used to test the application, use it to write their test cases and finally execute their test cases. And that acceptance criteria is used by your end stakeholders or business stakeholders whom you are going to deliver the project altogether. So this is how you have to answer. Again, if they are asking a example, you can initially come up with an example, and if you are coming with an example, then you can put an example like this. Okay, fine, my story was to develop a module for registration. If it is a registration, or let's say for an example, transaction in a ATM, right, or transaction in a banking, that as a savings account holder, I want to deposit money or deposit cash using a ATM machine or in an ATM, so that I can deposit money beyond the banking time. Yes or no? In such a case, you will write who is your user. Savings account holder is a user. What is the action? Action is the depositing cash, and goal is to achieve it beyond the banking limit. When banking is not open, I can still do it. Set your acceptance criteria beyond it and take this sort of example that will be good for you. Job descriptions for product owner roles and business analyst overlap to a great extent. What are the differences in PO and BA responsibilities? See, these two things are two different things, two different roles, right? Business analyst and product owner. Product owner is a decision maker role where he have a product vision and he is trying to get that product vision achieved through business analysis, and those business analysis activities will be carried by a business analyst. Yes, so it won't overlap, but it says there are additional responsibilities that business or product owner have, which a business analyst do not have, right? What business analyst will do? He will gather requirement, understand requirement, and he will gather requirement on those topics that is shared by the product owner. Yes, product owner is end stakeholder who is going to take a decision on priorities. Business analyst will execute it using whatever method or activities that you are going to use in your organization or in a set of projects. So it's not overlapping, but it's a different role altogether, where product owner is a product owner, business analyst is a business analyst. Post your next question. I may be able to help it out. Mhm. Can we view who all are in my meeting? Yes. I don't see any more comments here. So are you going to ask me a question? If yes, we'll continue. If no, we'll drop out. It's already been 30 minutes. I'm online, right? Thank you. I hope my answers are going to help you or helping you out in your questions. Is it? If yes, please like the live stream. If yes, if no, let me know. Since I am doing this particular session on, we had initially scheduled it, right? And there were technical challenges that we faced, because of which I turned it back to my mobile, and because of which I am looking at your comments in my screen. Any other questions do you have? Guys, please post here. I'll be able to answer it. Nice initiative. Thank you, Varsha. Hope you are doing good. If you can give a light that what you have done in our training or in our business analysis training earlier, that will be a good example. Did you get a job? Are you in job now? If yes, then which company you are working? How are you working? Not sure if you are writing. Okay. Anyone else having a question? You finished it a week back. All right, that's okay. How is it going? How is your preparation in progress? Is it well? Good? Okay. Let us talk about functional requirements. Learning in progress. Good to hear that. Functional requirement. Guys, know what a functional requirement is? See, the first form of a requirement is business requirement, right? In the next step, you convert those business requirements into functional requirement. How do you do it? Using different analysis, techniques, documenting it. Yes? Okay. When you form a functional document, you can write it in two ways. One is your normal use case statement, the use case that you are going to do it, use it like that. Else, you can create a user story. User story we had a discussion just few minutes ago, right? If you are writing it in a form, in an FRD, where you need to use case statements, then it will have multiple different parameters to it, right? Entities attached to it, like description of your use case, different actors, you'll have to specify different actors for that particular use case statement. Then you'll have to add a rule to it, like who can view it, who can edit it, who can use it, who can update it, like that, CRUD operations, right? And then finally you will have your precondition, who exactly is the user, how he can use it out. Okay. In next steps, you can also use different metrics for it, like primary path, alternate path, along with your precondition and post conditions, right? You can give a light with a background of information that why is it important that particular requirement or functional requirement or use case. Sorry guys. And this is how you are going to use your use cases. All right, then hope you all had a nice session now today. Thanks for joining. Have a very good rest of your days. Bye bye.